So we thought, he's probably never going to play a game for the 76ers. We both agreed it's over. Bridges have been burned. But recently, there's been a return to Philly from Mr. Simmons. That was not something I saw coming by any means. And I don't believe that people in the front office of Philadelphia saw it coming either. This offseason, we saw what happened in the postseason. He goes up, gets the ball under the basket after weeks of losing confidence, after not being able to make a jump shot, never developed that shot, had the ball under the basket in a crucial Game 7, wide open, in a key moment in the fourth quarter, and he passed up a wide open dunk just because of all confidence, and everything hit the fan. People were talking, fans were talking, and he's like, I'm out. Disappears for the offseason, doesn't communicate with the team, demands a trade, says he'll never play for the team again, skips out on media day, and is nowhere to be found during the first few preseason games. And then it's, hey, I'm outside the facility, WYA. Just, hey, I'm here, let's get this going. I have to commend Doc Rivers and the 76ers team and Ben's teammates for sticking with Ben and not bad-mouthing him all through the dilemma, and at a time especially would have been really easy to dog on the guy. And it looked like it may have paid off for the organization. Now, this still doesn't mean that he's going to be playing for the 76ers, but it is progress in a scene where it looked like Simmons burned every single bridge. Mitchell, what's your thoughts on this new development coming out of Philadelphia?
You know what this sounds just like? This sounds just like the Aaron Rodgers situation, actually. He leaves, season's over, disappointment of the season, right? They get out. Then what does he do? He complains, basically. All you hear the whole offseason is, oh, no, Rodgers isn't coming back. What they going to do? Blah, 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 goes on. Preseason happens. He's still not there. Finally, right before the season starts, he shows up, and he's a starter just like that. Sounds just like this. So I don't know. It just must be the season of not following through, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I'm surprised that he's back for sure. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, he still has a lot of steps to go through. I saw that he's going to have to practice on his own for at least 5 days. He needs 5 negative COVID tests before they'll let him play. He didn't actually play in the last game, obviously. Their first game, Carson's Wednesday. That is less than a week. So this is going to be putting it very close.
He's not playing in it.
And then home opener's Friday. Probably not playing in that as well. So I guess we'll see what happens. But maybe their hope is they get him on the court and he actually produces. It gets that kind of that sour taste out of other owners of the NBA teams' mouths from his last game last year. He looks better on the court. Maybe they get him trade then, or maybe they just want him. I mean, I guess only time will tell.
I still think he's out. And this, even him being he showed up to the facility, this doesn't even guarantee that he's going to suit up for the 76ers. So that's something to keep an eye on. But I do think this is like that Aaron Rodgers situation, like you said. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's like, Brian Windhorst on ESPN said that the 76ers called Ben Simmons' bluff and he folded. I almost wonder if that's a situation they're like, I'm not sure how true you are to this. If you're just saying this, trying to create something to get your way out, because we think you're going to play. When the season starts and you look at your bank account and you're missing $20 million that you're supposed to get this year.
Show me that money.
You're going to be like, hey, well, maybe I'll come back. And I think we saw that with Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins is like, I'm not getting the vaccine for whatever reasons he had. And then they're like, well, sorry, buddy, your contract is not going to hit. And he goes, wait, how many millions? Okay, Pfizer, Moderna, whoever I got to go to, let's get it in and let me get back on the courts. I just don't know. It's so complicated with Ben Simmons, so much drama. Do you think he even plays? He's back in the facility. Doesn't mean he guaranteed plays. I think he'll at least start off not playing. There's just going to be no team chemistry right now. He was gone for an entire offseason when they were building the team back up. And if he worked on a jump shot, like he said he was going to, which we'll see if that actually paid us off, it's going to change the whole dynamic of the offense. So do you think Ben Simmons plays for Philadelphia?
Yeah, I think, again, like we were saying, I don't think he's going to play right away. I feel like if he's coming back, though, he wants to play basketball, and if no one else is going to want him, he's going to play there. I think, again, maybe he's hoping, hey, maybe I can prove myself out here, then they can trade me somewhere where I feel like I'd be a better fit for sure. But I think he plays at some point. But, again, I mean, this whole offseason we didn't think he'd come back, and then he just shows up at the door. So I think we should just stop guessing at this point. Who knows what Ben Simmons wants? I don't think Ben Simmons knows what he wants.
No, it's just drama. But even if he does play, I don't think it's him proving his worth. I think it's just, well, now I'm a 76er and I'll stick through the rest of my contract. I think if the second he suits up, he's not going to get traded. I think if there was a trade that was going to happen, it would have happened by now. They had all off season that they were talking to teams, and the other 29 franchises were like, well, we saw what happened, and we're not sure that we want to give up those assets that we really value to get a guy that might be a liability on offense if you're playing him at the 1 through 3 and not at the 4 or 5, but he's not really been prepared to play the 4 or 5 even though he has the size. It's a mess.
Yeah, exactly. And even then again, if he does end up playing and he proves himself, then he's probably not going to. They're not going to want to trade him then. If he shows that hey, look, I can play basketball. Why are they going to want to trade him if he's working out? Because him playing well like he did his rookie season is probably going to result in good results for them. So that they probably won't even want to trade him.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in like the locker room. Like, here's this guy that talks trash on the organization for the entire offseason, goes, I'm never playing there again, yada, yada, yada. And he dips out on the team, is not there for workouts, and then he shows up one day to the locker room like, hey guys, what, ready for this season?
Unannounced too. He
Yeah.
just walked in, just waltzed on in there like he owned the place.
Like, how do you deal with that as a team? Is that something you just like? I saw like Matt Sponauer, it was a guy that I really enjoy watching what he does, but he was just like saying that's something you just have to be like, they bring it up to you just like, what? This off season? No, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Like, Embiid and I saw Danny Green, they're like, we're happy that Ben's back. He's a huge part of our team, but I feel like it's gotta be like a little awkward. Like, it's like you broke up with the girl and now like you're starting to date again, and it's just like some mixed feelings there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're dealing with it as well as they seem to be dealing with it. Could be a front, but again, if they work on the court, they work. I don't think they're going to be too mad about that, but we'll see.
I think they have enough talent to get 2 or 3 seed. If Ben doesn't play, I think they're still looking at 4 or 5. This is still a good team, but going back to when Brian Windhorst said that they called his bluff, I don't necessarily think that they did call his bluff. I think they kind of called him out and gave him like an ultimatum. And I don't think Ben was bluffing. I just think that he saw the money not hitting his bank account, heard the rumors that no teams were really interested in the trade at the moment, and decided it was best to go back to Philadelphia.